If someone tells you to just throw the cheapest tires you can find on your Silverado or Tahoe, do me a favor and never listen to that person again. The wrong tire on a truck this heavy can put you and everyone in your cab in serious danger. I have a list of 3 brands you need to stay away from, and 7 that will actually go the distance. Worst number 1, the Goodyear Wrangler DuraTrack. This is the tire Chevy puts on the Trail Boss and the Colorado ZR2 straight from the factory. It looks aggressive with that chunky tread pattern, and it makes you think your truck can handle anything. But Chevy leaves out one detail. They spec the P-metric version of the DuraTrack on these trucks, not the LT-rated version. That means thinner sidewalls and a softer construction on a vehicle that weighs well over 5,000 pounds. I have personally pulled sets off Trail Boss trucks in my shop with less than 20,000 miles where the inside edges were completely bald. The owner had no clue because the center tread still looked fine. And I am not the only one saying this. A Trail Boss owner out of Missouri posted that his DuraTracks wore terribly and were louder than the 35-inch Cooper STT Pros on his lifted Duramax. Another guy in Virginia said the harmonic noise was driving him insane by 20,000 miles. And a 2,500 HD owner found a sidewall air pocket at 4,500 miles. Chevy said it was not covered. Goodyear called it impact damage and offered 50% off a replacement. The warranty says 50,000 miles. In the real world, you are looking at 20 to 30,000 miles before the noise or the cupping makes them unbearable. But the DuraTrack is at least a mid-range tire pretending to be tough. This next one costs real money and gives you almost nothing in return. Worst number 2, the Bridgestone Dueler Alenza on 22-inch wheels. This is the factory tire on the Tahoe, Yukon, Suburban, and Escalade with the big wheel package. Bridgestone sells this tire aftermarket with an 80,000-mile warranty. Sounds great until you learn that the exact same tire installed at the factory carries 0 mileage warranty, none at all. Bridgestone confirmed this in writing to an owner whose Alenzas were finished at 22,000 miles. They told him factory tires are not covered. A 2023 Yukon XL owner checked his tread at 10,000 miles and was already down to about half its starting depth. Another owner had a sidewall blowout at 65 miles per hour on a 2017 Denali at 30,000 miles. A master technician on the Tahoe forum said every tech in his shop swaps their factory Bridgestones for Michelins the week they buy the truck. And the 22-inch wheel makes everything worse. Shorter sidewalls mean every pothole is a dice roll. One bad hit in Michigan or Pennsylvania, and you are looking at a $600 bent rim. I personally think the 22-inch wheel package is one of the worst options Chevy sells on the Tahoe. You pay more for a tire that wears faster, rides rougher, and has fewer replacement options on the shelf. But this third one is the one that actually makes me angry, because the brand behind it is one I trust. Worst number 3, the Michelin Primacy LTX. Michelin makes some of the best tires on the planet. I will recommend multiple Michelins later in this video. That is what makes this one sting. A guy brought his 2024 3,500 truck into my shop with less than 20,000 miles on his Primacy LTX tires. Every single one was cracked and feathered. I told him to call his dealer first. They quoted him over $3,000 for 6 new tires and would not cover a single one under warranty. Then I told him to go straight to Michelin, which he did. Michelin told him that kind of wear is not uncommon with that tire. A 60,000-mile warranty tire falling apart before 20,000, and the company that built it just shrugs. The compound is the problem. The Primacy LTX is designed for a smooth, quiet ride. but it cannot handle the weight and torque of a heavy-duty truck pulling a trailer day after day. Those rear tires absorb everything. And when your dealer blames alignment or driving habits, that is a conversation they are dodging on purpose. Now, before I get into the 7 tires that actually work on these trucks, I need to cover a few things every Chevy owner should know, no matter which tire you buy. Chevy's owner's manual says to rotate your tires every 7,500 miles using a rearward cross pattern, not every 3,000 miles like your dealer recommends. That 3,000 mile number is a money grab. The manual is clear. But here is something the manual does not highlight. If you own a 2019 or newer Silverado 1500 on the T1 platform, you probably have inside edge wear on your front tires right now. The factory alignment specs run about negative 0.4 degrees of camber. That angle slowly eats the inner shoulder over time. Next time you get an alignment, ask the tech to bring camber as close to zero as possible. It will save your front tires. And if you installed a leveling kit without upgrading to aftermarket upper control arms, your front tires are on a countdown. I have seen brand new sets chewed up in 15,000 miles because nobody fixed the alignment after the lift. Those habits alone will add thousands of miles to whatever you buy. But the tire you choose still matters, so let me show you the 7 that actually hold up. Number 1, the Michelin Defender LTX MS2. This replaced the original Defender LTX, which was already legendary on Silverados and Sierras. The MS2 carries a 70,000 mile warranty with a tread wear rating of 800. Michelin actually tested the Defender head-to-head against the Continental Terrain Contact and the Pirelli Scorpion on the same trucks over the same roads. The Defender lasted 95,000 miles. The Continental hit 65,000. The Pirelli made it to 61,000. That gap is not small. I have talked to guys running these past 110,000 miles on Silverados without a single realignment. One owner hit that number on a 2013 Z71, and the tread was still going when he pulled them off. At Costco, you are looking at about $187 per tire with an $80 rebate on a set of 4. That kind of life at that price is hard to beat. And for the heavy-duty guys who tow, the LT-rated version stops shorter in the wet than anything else in its class. Michelin tested it at 136 feet from 50 miles per hour. The Goodyear Wrangler SRA needed 170 feet from the same speed. That extra 34 feet is the length of a school bus. But what if you own a Trail Boss or a ZR2 and you need something that handles dirt and snow without destroying your ears on the highway? Best number 2, the Falken Wild Peak, a T3W. This is the tire I tell every Trail Boss owner to buy the second they pull those factory Duratracs off. Falken backs it with 55,000 miles on the LT version and 65,000 on the standard size. The tread starts at 18/32 of an inch, which is the deepest in its class. It has the 3-peak mountain snowflake rating, meaning it was actually tested and certified for severe snow. A tire rack reviewer hit 60,000 miles and still had 13/32 of tread remaining. The Trail Boss owner from Albuquerque who hated his Duratracs swapped to Wild Peaks and said the highway drone vanished. Multiple owners say these grip better in rain than the BF Goodrich KO2, which costs more and until recently did not even carry a warranty. At $200 to $250 per tire, this is the best value in the all-terrain category. My only knock is a slight hit to fuel economy, but if you bought a Trail Boss, you did not buy it for gas mileage. Now, this next tire is the one the Chevy community argues about the least, because almost everyone agrees on it. Best number 3, the Michelin Cross Climate 2. I personally think this is the best tire you can put on a Tahoe, a Suburban, or a Silverado 1500 if you deal with real winters. It has a 60,000-mile warranty, and it is snowflake rated for severe winter conditions. Michelin took a set of Cross Climate 2 tires, wore them down, and then tested them against the competition. The worn Michelin still stopped up to 56 feet shorter. That means this tire actually gets better compared to everything else as it ages, which is backwards from how tires normally work. If you live anywhere that throws ice at you for 5 months a year, this tire means you do not need a separate winter set. The catch is it does not come in LT sizes, so owners of 2,500 and 3,500 models are out of luck. And it runs $220 to $290 per tire, so it is not cheap. But for a tire you can trust in a blizzard in a 6,000-pound Suburban with your family inside, nothing touches it. I will fight anyone in the comments on this one. If you are getting something out of this, hit subscribe. I cover Chevy maintenance every week, and I am not running out of material. Best number 4, the General Grabber HTS 60. Nobody talks about this tire, and I cannot figure out why. Consumer Reports ranked it the #1 all-season truck tire, above the Continental Terrain Contact. General warrants this tire for 65,000 miles. It starts with 14/30 seconds of an inch of tread depth and uses a Kevlar reinforced compound made in the United States. I am hearing 75 to 80,000 miles from owners running these on Suburbans and Silverados. You can put a full set of grabbers on a Suburban for less than what 2 Bridgestone Alenzas cost in 22-inch. At Costco and Tire Rack, you are looking at $140 to $180 per tire, depending on size. General runs an $80 prepaid card rebate regularly. Dollar for dollar, nothing on this list comes close. The trade-off is handling. This is a cruiser, not a canyon carver. But if your priority is maximum mileage at minimum cost, this is the answer, and almost nobody knows about it. This next one is for the owner who wants one thing above everything else: a quiet ride. Best number 5, the Pirelli Scorpion AS Plus 3. This tire scored an 800 treadwear rating, and it also carries the severe snow certification, which almost never shows up on the same tire. Pirelli stands behind it for 70,000 miles. Owners swapping from factory tires to these say their Silverado or Tahoe feels like a different vehicle. Highway noise on these is lower than a normal conversation, which is almost unheard of for a truck tire this size. I put a set on a customer's Tahoe last spring. He called me 2 months later and said he could not believe it was the same truck. Quieter cab, smoother ride, and he actually stopped dreading his highway commute. At $200 to $270 per tire, with Pirelli running a $100 rebate a few times a year, it sits in the premium range. But for a tire that handles winter, stays quiet, and lasts 70,000 miles, it earns that price. Everything I have recommended so far is built for the street. This next one is for the guys who want their truck to handle. Best number 6, the Continental Extreme Contact DWS 06 Plus. If you own a Tahoe RST or a modified Silverado built for performance, this tire is worth a serious look. It is warranted for 50,000 miles, and it posts the best wet braking numbers of any performance all-season tire on the market. My favorite thing about this tire is the tread indicator system. The letters DWS are stamped into the tread, and as it wears, the letters disappear. When the S goes, you have lost snow capability. When the W goes, wet traction is fading. When the D goes, the tire is done. I wish every tire company did this. Continental is running a $110 rebate through the end of this month. The downside is that this tire is not for towing or off-road. It is a pavement tire for pavement driving, and for that job, it is hard to beat. Now, this last tire is one I have mixed feelings about, and I want to tell you exactly why. Best number 7, the BF Goodrich All-Terrain KO3. It is promising but unproven. BF Goodrich launched this as the replacement for the legendary KO2, and for the first time ever, a KO tire comes with a mileage warranty, 50,000 miles. The KO2 never had one. It is rated for severe snow and it ships factory on the 2024 Silverado HD in certain trims. The sidewall construction is tougher than anything BF Goodrich has built before. But here is my problem with it. The KO3 has only been on the market for about 2 years. I have not seen enough sets come through my shop to know whether that 50,000 mile number holds up on heavy Chevy trucks driven daily. The KO2 earned its reputation because millions of owners proved it over a decade. The KO3 has the specs on paper, but paper does not wear tires down. At $280 to $360 per tire, you are paying top dollar for a tire that has not earned its stripes yet. If you want a proven tire today, the Falken Wild Peak AT3W higher on this list costs less and has years of real-world data behind it. One more thing before you go. A lot of Chevy dealers push nitrogen tire fills for $20 to $40 per tire. Save your money. Consumer Reports ran a year-long test, and nitrogen-filled tires lost about 1.3 psi less per year than regular air. You cannot feel that. If Costco gives you nitrogen free with your tire install, take it, but never pay for it. Ask your dealer to show you the General Motors service bulletin that recommends nitrogen. It does not exist. Now, tires are one of the biggest maintenance costs on a Chevy truck, but there is a bigger problem coming that most Chevy owners have no idea about: your right to fix your own truck. I made a video covering the only 3 Chevy trucks that are still legal to work on without a dealer computer, and one of them might surprise you. If you do your own maintenance, or plan to, that is the video you need to watch next.